The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, real estate investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerbuyback.org and sign up today for course access.
Welcome to Primetime Home Buyers. I missed you guys. I came in hot. I really missed you guys. Welcome to Primetime Home Buyers. Shout out to Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. I'm coming in hot. Yes. You're here with Lashley, your team lead and Primetime Home Buyers, the tax lien and tax deed informational course. Okay. I'm so excited. I missed y'all. Last week I had to take some time off for myself. I started a fast that I've been trying to start for the last month, but I was preparing myself, changing my diet, walking away from the carbs, and just getting ready to do this spiritual water fast that I was doing for a week. Now, I won't say I was perfect, but it was amazing, and it still is. I am still fasting now. Today, I'm going to break the fast and have, a little bit of fun with my kids. But this is where Lashley was at, getting my mind, body, and soul together. Just, trying to reset. So I hope you guys are ready for action-packed information. Yes, it's still the same Miss Corny Lashley. Yes, the ones that like, oh my gosh, you go in detail. The ones who need it, I'm here for you. Also, I want to say a shout out to all of the new members in the Facebook group. You are rolling in. I see you guys are interested in information. I am so grateful to have people that's rolling in that's actually investing in the tax liens and tax deeds, investing in foreclosures, really like gun-ho to get this information, because many see that we're in a tight situation as the middle class, lower income people. We're pretty much almost locked out the market. And this is a way that you can get in the market. So last week I made a post on the Facebook page, because I'm still posting on the page. I was fasting, but I was still posting, making sure that you guys are engaged. You're remembering that you're interested in tax liens, because this is a process. Now, one of the process of investing in tax liens and tax deeds is actually doing your due diligence. This is something I have been pushing from the beginning, me starting this platform until I get off of this platform. It is very important for you to do your research. I don't push this information for you to just go to a tax lien sale on a given month and say 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. No, we don't do that. What we do is prepare you to be successful. So with success, you have to do your due diligence. And we're going to show you today how to start to do a soft title search. With that goes to say, we're going to give you a sneak peek into the course, just little something, a sneak peek into the course to show you what the course offers you as far as a soft title search, or what we consider a soft title search, the information that we're giving you. A soft title search, to me, I'm going to let you know that's not a legal term. That's our term. A soft title search is basically the search that you will do prior to actually investing in a tax lien, a tax deed. You want to find out as much information about the property, making sure that you find out about the homeowners, if they have any liens, clouds, other things. So another important aspect of this is title insurance. Do you need title insurance? Can you get title insurance with tax lien and tax deeds investment? A lot of people do not know that. And, having to go down the yellow brick road myself, and I'm still learning. Guys. I never stop learning. We're going to talk about what went on with one of my properties and what I found out about Maryland and many other states when it comes to title insurance and tax lien investments. So before we get there, we want to understand what is actual tax, a title search. Okay. Yes, please. Title search are done for properties that you want to, one, possibly get a mortgage behind, two, to ensure that you are going to receive this property free and clear of drama. Okay. Usually, when you're dealing with a lender, this is a process that goes with it automatically, a title search, and they hire a title company, and then you are prompted to get title insurance. When you're dealing with a person to person as is sell, it is not mandated that you have title insurance to do a sale. I want you guys to understand that, because if you talk to a regular realtor or some lawyers that kind of don't know about tax liens, foreclosure, they're like, you have to get title insurance, you have to get title insurance. And a lot of lawyers who do the actual settlement process for you, when you're your own private seller or sellers that are between mortgages and stuff, they make sure that you have title insurance. So they'll have an underwriter for a title company with their services. So, for example, I was looking for a title company in Maryland. No, actually, I'm sorry. I was looking for a lawyer to handle one of my sales, and a lot of lawyers will not actually handle the sale unless you get title insurance. Now you're gonna say, Lashley, why you ain't want title insurance for a tax lien, tax deed process property? What's the problem? What's the problem? Now, before I go into, I'm going to go into that, give you all a little story. So basically, when you have a tax lien or a tax deed, some states, in most states, I'm going to highlight this, they have a certain amount of time that you have to wait to actually get title insurance. Did you ever hear that? Do you know about that? We always going to give you some Jews, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because when you purchase a tax lien or a tax deed, this is a different type of transaction. It's not a basic transaction like you're selling a home. Okay. When you sell a home, this is not being done under duress. It's not being done under the same terms as a tax lien sale. So in that particular instance, you and I know, depending on what state you want, that the homeowner has a particular amount of time to come back and pay you, come back and get the property. It's not like they're going to get the property, without you getting your money, your interest, and all that stuff. That's rare, but it can happen. So even though you believe it's rare, because I was talking to a lawyer like, it's rare, da, 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 da. He's like, well, it does not matter. As a title company, underwriting. Okay, yeah, this guy. I learned a lot because I was talking to title specialists and lawyers for the last 2 weeks in regards to this title insurance thing, because myself as a seller, I am a very honest person. I'm not like everyone else. I'm not coming in like a shark. I still have a nursing heart. I'm just going to be honest. So my buyer, I want to make sure that he is safe as possible and he understands what he's getting. This is not a typical sell. So with that goes to say, he's like, hey, let me get title insurance. And in this particular situation, he could not obtain title insurance. Okay. Why? It's not because the property had clouds on it, liens, and the foreclosure was not done properly. It's because of what I stated before. There's still a 5-year term in Maryland, the particular state that I was in, that the homeowner and parties of interest can move forward to try to redeem the land. Now, the redemption time is 1, but there's still an outstanding time frame according to law, as I taught you guys to look for, that the homeowner can come back and actually pay you guys. Okay, does that make sense? But the first redemption is the redemption period where you can't move. Okay, after that you move, and then they give the homeowner some time. It depends on the state. It could be 2 years, it could be 5 years, it could be 10. You just want to be honest. Okay, so what that goes to say, title insurance company are going to look out for their best interest. Okay, and their best interest is not to pay on titles that will have issues or possible issues. So I'm talking back and forth with this title company, and I'm a title lawyer. He's the best. He's a specialist in Maryland, and he's like, well, basically, we can make a couple of $100s on actually foreclosing, but if someone comes back and we have to go through the legal procedures, because that's what title insurance do, it will cover any legal procedures or anything related to someone coming back to state claim on the particular property. Does that make sense? This is what title insurance do. So they know in the first 5 years in this particular state, Maryland, that there is a possibility. So title companies is saying, oh, no. So that was one of my ordeals, things that I was troubleshooting this last 2 weeks. But then I had to, one, educate the buyer. I didn't have to, but I wanted to. I wanted to make sure, because I wanted to make the sale. Two, I wanted to make sure that he was comfortable and he knew what he was getting and what he can do. Now, let's highlight this. Just because you don't have title insurance does not mean that you cannot build on a home, does not mean that you cannot, do what you want to do on that property. The only thing is that you cannot take a conventional loan, mortgage on it, because a mortgage company and a mortgage company requires you to get title insurance. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? But that doesn't mean that you can't go get a personal loan from your credit union or whoever you're going to and take that and build on your property. That does not mean that. So there's so many ways around this politically correct system as far as us being tax liens and tax deed investors. So I found it very important to readdress this actual area, because I think this falls under mitigating risk factors and you understanding, your position, where your seller, your buyer is going to be, and what they can actually do with the property. So what makes it so amazing with my buyer is that he's actually just going to use it to expand his space already, and use it for storage. And you don't need to have title insurance. And another thing, it's always good to get education. I mean, some people are just dick buckets. I got to say it. Last you're gonna keep it real. Some of them are literally dick buckets, and they have this level of arrogance about them that makes it hard to deal with people. But with that goes to say, you want to try your best to find the most wholehearted people who will be able to help educate you in your process. So with that goes to say, as I told you, I was calling different title companies, talking to them about it, just trying to figure out what route we can do to make sure this transaction was safe as possible. Okay. So I wanted to share that story with you because we are investing in real time, prime time home buyers. My business has been in business for the last 5 years. And yeah, we do have few properties that we are invested in, as well as we do have properties that we are liquidating. And we want to share that with you so you can understand that you're not in the game by yourself. So you can understand that when you're learning from us, you're learning from people who are in the game, who are actively talking to lawyers, who's actively getting more and more information, because this is an ever-loving, ever-growing field. It's an ever-growing sector, especially right now. If you started investing in tax liens and tax deeds now, or even a couple of years ago, you're in an amazing position. The market is changing over the last, since August until now. I have seen like $30,000 depreciation. So that is at least 2-3% depreciation in home values, where people now are the market is starting to become to a standstill because of the high interest rate on mortgage, and they're trying to see if the home the inflated homes are going to go down. So if you guys in the market, this is kind of like just a hint on how to think about things, what's really going down, keeping that in mind, that you want to strategize and know the actual economy, what's going on in the real estate sector while you're making these moves. Okay. So a title search is a process of evaluating the history of the properties, of the ownership, and anything that's attached to the property via public records. So you want to keep that in mind. Mortgage lenders will qualify you for a loan mortgage lenders who want to qualify you for a loan requires this type of title search and title insurance. Okay. Now, this also will find disclosure legal restrictions on the use of the property. When you do a title search, it's going to find restrictions, or maybe you can't build on it. Maybe it's restricted for, it has like for instance, I have one property I got to tell you about. Now, it's close to an acre, and I'm like, dang it, I wanted to build some land on it, but on one particular document, it says that it is a buildable lot, residential. But then when I went deeper into it after I acquired it, and it's so sad sometimes it happens, you cannot build on this property because the Codes Act that is actually encompassing it, as I told you, this particular place is in the Codes Act, it restricted more buildings being built. So now I have a piece of land that's behind the Codes Act that I need to figure out what to do with. Now, if I would have did a little bit more research on the front end, just like I'm doing now, because pretty much the research that I'm doing now that I find out, all I had to do was contact building and zoning, and they told me that. See, the archives and survey is going to just show you what's on the survey. These people just look at it, they kind of know the key, they'll talk to you about the key. But the building and zoning is the one that's going to tell you, can you build on it? What can it be used for? This is an entity that you can just contact in relation to the property. I literally went to building and zoning in the particular county. They had an online form. All I did was put my email, my question about the parcel, was it buildable? They got right back to me. I didn't prove that I owned the property, nothing of the sorts. And it was the same thing when I went to the survey office. This is public information. It's so sad, but it's true. So this is something that I have to deal with when it comes to this particular property, because if I would have did my due diligence, I'm just being honest, going to look at the zoning before I purchased this 1 acre, which was only about $500, $600. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot of tax lien investment, but the actual foreclosure process was about $2,500 in Maryland. So about $3,000 investment. And right now I need to figure out how to make that money back. So you guys want to understand some of the things that a conventional title search would bring up for you. But if you are a person that do your due diligence, like we teach you how to do, you're going to be able to pull this up. Because literally, if I would have just did the little inquiry online, I would have knew this before. So now we have to think of some creative things to do with this particular land, because I don't want to sell it to someone and it's not buildable. I'm an honest Joe. I'm an honest Nikki. And I think that I possibly can do something with electric companies. So I did mention that to y'all about a year ago, that I wanted to do some project with solar panels and things like that. So maybe God is pushing us in the direction of solar panels this year. We're going to be working on that, sharing some information about that, and government contracts with you guys. We moving on through. That's why I disappear sometimes, because I be working on projects, also working on the online program, as well as trying to rejuvenate myself. So with that goes to say, I bring that up because if a conventional title search is done on your particular property, this is some of the information that they will pull up. In our course, we teach you how to do this yourself. In my live, I'm teaching you and talking to you about what to do. I promise you, do it. You'll find this information to save you a couple $100. Or if you still move forward to get a general title search done, which is about $250, $300, you will be educated. You'll be able to talk to the title company and say, hey, was it this? If they tell you I found this, that, and the third, you'll be educated. Just like I do have to give y'all a heads up. One of my properties came up with something on the title search. Okay. And my lawyer, his old crazy ass arguing. I said, boy, you arguing. Okay, we're going to talk about that on another day. Because he done made me mad. I'm like, baby, get it together. But it was nothing that wasn't fixable. It was literally like a technical issue. So let me just finish this off, and maybe I'll tell you a little bit about that. And then what we're going to show you is a little sneak peek of the actual full course, the title section, soft title search. Okay, we want to give you a sneak peek. Okay, so also things that you will find when doing a conventional title search, if it's fraud, if it's anything missing from the documents, the same thing that I have explained to you when you're looking at deeds, looking at notary seals, seeing if the dates, if people are missing. This is all that encompasses a title search. If a husband and a wife was married and they was getting a divorce, and the husband was trying to sell a property and the wife's signature is not on the page, this is something you want to pay attention to. You're going to be able to catch that, because the original sale, the original deed should have both of them on it. And then when you go to the transfer, if you see that it's one person in the transfer, you're supposed to be aware to say, wait a minute, this is not consecutive. Does that make sense? So that's some of the mindset that we kind of teach you in our actual seminars, in our course. It's a mindset to have. being thorough and being able to pick these things out. Okay. So what else? So it's a few different type of title searches you can get. This one I consider it a soft title search. Current owner search is usually performed when buying homes through the tax sale or during the purchase of foreclosure, but you want to go deeper than the current owner. I teach you to go back. Okay, you don't want to do, oh, that's the right owner, because I already told you sometimes people can do quick claim deed and sell a property real quick and they don't own the property. So these are some of the things that you can find when you're just kind of looking for owner information. You'll be able to troubleshoot that, but you want to go back and start finding issues and notifications when foreclosures went through. People who are missing, do this actual property owner have a will, or do they have a beneficiary? Once you see that beneficiary there, you're going to start looking for a will. Where do you go look for a will? I'm giving you a lot of information. In the county where the person lived, that's possibly where they died. That's just a start. That's some of the skills that you learn when you learn the concept of skip tracing. That's something else that I recommend you guys do. Just do a simple Google search of what skip tracing is, and some of the steps that they use to skip trace, and you want to learn that in your process of doing your soft title search. Okay. So, like I said, they usually perform this type of title search when a mortgage is attached. You can buy a tax lien, property, foreclose, own it, a deed, foreclose, own it, or whatever they want you to do with that particular deed, and then get a mortgage. Like for instance, if you wanted to build on the land, you will get $200,000 mortgage, and you will build on that land with that. So with that, you will need title insurance. Okay. Also, you want to get a comprehensive title search on to ensure that no hassle is going to happen to you, especially as a buyer. It's important. I'm just going to keep it real. But as I said, you want to make sure that you're dealing with people who are honest. It's not that easy. It's not many of us out here, but you want to protect yourself. So that's why when I was doing my actual, working with my buyer, I want to make sure he's as safe as possible. You know why? Because regardless, what people think is that no one's going to sue you. And at this point, this is the era of, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. It takes nothing to file a $50 paper to sue you, and everybody just get their little evidence together and come. They're going to try it. So we want to prevent that. We want to prevent that for you. All right. So now we're going to get into, do you guys want me to get into the part of the seminar? So here's the course, and I'm going to put it up fully so y'all can watch it without my head being on there. I miss y'all. Y'all know y'all miss me. But with that goes to say, I think I'm going to show you actually looking for a title company, because since we've been talking about titles right now, it's about a 10-minute video. And then maybe I'm going to give you a sneak peek for not looking for clouds, but key concepts of title search you should know. We're going to go back into that. And then, at the end, I want to go into everything you need to know about title insurance policies. So you want to kind of get an idea about different title insurance policies. We probably just going to talk a little bit about it, the different coverage. But if not, we'll kind of finish up on Friday. Depending on how much time we have tonight. So let's get to it. This is a sneak peek of Primetime Home Buyers platform, where in this particular course, this is the full course title search bonus, looking for a title company. So let's get to it. Welcome back to another section of Primetime Homebuyers Course 2. And this section is just going to focus on title search, choosing a title company. So we're just going to give you some recommendations of how to kind of go about looking for title companies when you're at the point that you need a title company, okay? Looking for a title company that fits your investment plan. Key terms to know, things to keep in mind when locating a tax title company. Choosing a title company that fits you. seeking professional help if needed. So we want you to be able to do everything yourself. But if you want to run an effective business in any situation, you need a team. So if you have experts that you can depend on to complete certain tasks, this will take a lot of weight off of you. So for simple fees of about $150 to $200, you can get title search done and possibly insured um, to protect your investment. So, when investing in tax liens or tax deeds, it's important to always seek professional guidance to clarify any questions. You can see guidance from the home inspector, realtors, as well as title companies. Now, there are amazing individuals out there that will just talk to you because people like to share information. Maybe not enough to take business away from them, but enough to make you educated. So I always say seek professionals in that particular sector, whatever it may be, to clarify any questions so you can be a wise investor and ask the right questions yourself. Key terms to know: chain of title, any analysis of title to a piece of property over the years. That's what the chain of title. You'll be able to find these definitions in our actual dictionary that's located on the website. Clear title, a title that is free of liens, of legal questions as to ownership of the property. Clouds on the title, any conditions revealed by the title search that adversely affects the title to the real estate. Clouds on the title cannot be removed except by release of deed, release, or court action. So if there's a cloud, you're going to have to make some type of move to get it removed before you can get the next deed recorded, even if it's frivolous. Okay, you just have to be aware of that. Things to think about before choosing a title company. Before choosing a title company, one, reputation is everything. Customer professional experience, location of the title company, and the fees and services. Always compare and contrast, guys. You want to get the best bang for your buck. And also, you want to be dealing with the most reputable company as well. Do title companies do? Title companies have many services. Search to see if any entities or individuals have a legal claim on the property. The title company also offers title insurance to investors and buyers. They also assist the buyer in selling in the closure process, in processing related to the mortgage, title, tax liens, and deeds convenience. So most likely the title company is one of the last entities that you deal with before you actually receive the deed, because they want to make sure that the titles are consecutive and clear of liens before it is transferred over to a new owner. Title company fees and services. Title companies can make money many ways. They charge for title services on the property. Usually these fees are between $200 to $400 for a title search. This depends on the entity, the product, and the service they offer to the investor, real estate company, etc. Title companies also sell insurance for title searches. In many cases, these insurance is offered at the time of inquiry for the title search. This is usually a one-time title insurance premium ranging from around 0.5% to 1% of the price of home. So keep that in mind. 0.1% to 0.5 to 1% you can expect the insurance to be based on that home. Some title companies offer discounts for recently built homes and properties. Reputation is everything. The most important thing is to do is a general Google search. Highly accredited title search companies you can locate by searching title companies tri-state service. This may give you results for companies who provide title searches in many different states. It's also good to ask friends and families or other professionals about experience with companies and if they have any recommendation. Asking questions such as, did they meet your expectations? Were they efficient and accurate with their title findings, services and fees reasonable, etc. When doing a general Google search, highlight reviews for the title company. Look for highlighted information pertaining to professionalism, accuracy, top rated. Review their website as well as note their online presence. Best practice is reviewing the Better Business Bureau rating of the company. Office location is a thing to consider. Be aware that when you can choose a title company, be mindful not to choose offices outside of the state you are interested in investing in. If working locally, ensure that you can provide easy access to the given agent, allowing them to collect the proper information needed and signing documents needed. A lot of title companies have increased their online presence as well, and a lot of these services can be done online. Things to consider: it's always important to consider the final price. The cost of the title search is based on the property value and other criteria that is set by the title company regarding billing for title insurance. Always remember to choose the title company that has a great reputation, highlight professional rep, and is willing to educate its investors and or customers. You want to deal with entities that don't mind educating you, because if they want to keep you dumb, they want to keep you spending money, and that's not the type of people you want to do business with. You should expect your title company agent to be open and honest, willing and ready to answer any questions that you have. Always consider the length of time it takes to complete the title search. This depends on the number of documents the examiner must review. Title searches may take up to 1 to 2 weeks. Please inquire with the title company for details. Oh my God. Was I mute all that time? Nobody told me I was mute. Now y'all know y'all could go in this comments and tell me I'm mute. Was I mute all that time? I'm gonna beat my butt. Why nobody tell me I was mute? I see the people on there. I love you guys. I'm gonna have to clean that up. Rumble. Now y'all up on the page. Nobody gonna make a comment and tell me that I was mute. Come on. Sometimes things happen. Okay, let me get back to that article one more time. I got a little bit more time. I can't. Y'all got to work with me. You want to help Lashley. If I'm mute, please put in the comment that Lashley is mute. Okay. I want y'all guys to hear everything I'm saying. I was freaking mute for a while, wasn't I? Okay, let's get back to it. I'm going to re-go over this article because I don't think that you guys heard anything that I was saying, and I do apologize. I'll get it together. It was going smooth, wasn't it? Happy Monday to me. Let's go. Okay, again, with this particular article, what I was highlighting is the purpose of the title search and the title insurance policies. Now we're going to get into what the insurance policy highlight, okay? Thank you guys for having patience. Again, anytime that I am mute, you see like, oh my gosh, she don't know she mute and she just talking. Just put a comment in there and hopefully I can get to I'll look right at the comments. Okay. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Title insurance policies, homeowner titles. Now, the three types of policies issued that are issued. This is an example. And this actual article is brought to you by Up Counsel. Okay. No affiliations, but I like the information they're sharing. Now, it is important to make sure that the title to the piece of real estate has no defects before title insurance policy is issued. This is known as establishing a clear title and involves searching for courthouse records to make sure no problems exist that could potentially affect legal ownership. And this is what we want to really, really highlight because we don't want anything to affect our ownership and transferability. Okay. So the three type of policies that a title insurance company can give you is one, a owner title type of insurance. This ensures that there is a clear title and protects the buyer from incorrect signatures and forgeries, fraud, defects in the property record, encumbrance and liens, and restrictive covenants that might affect the uses of the property. We mentioned some restrictions, as I mentioned to you before, where that Kodak has a restriction on the property that I invested in. So I have to find something else to do with it. Extended owner title is the next type of title insurance. This protects against any building permit violation that previous owners may have had, errors in the subdivision map, living trust, structural damage resulting from mining, forgery, and encroachment that takes place after the title is issued. These things can happen after the title was issued, connected to the old owner. So you don't want to have that liability on you, especially like if you get a building that's like in New York, a warehouse, these type of things, old factory buildings. I don't know, people want it. If they have a tax lien and you could buy it, go ahead. So the third type of policy of insurance you can get, title insurance for homes, is lender title. This protects against unrecorded liens on the property, unrecorded easements, and rights to access and other potential unrecorded issues. So lender titles, they want to make sure that everything is covered and definitely unrecorded issues. Remember, I told you that there can be unrecorded liens. So this is what protects you with that type of insurance, okay? Along with these issues, the title researcher ensures that there's no issues that may cause ownership to be questioned. Now we know that people can do a quick claim title, don't own it, don't have nothing to do with it, and just record it, sell it. And the recorder is going to record it laws that look legal, and that's not their actual job to verify the legality, the correct. They just look at the structure of it. So I want you guys to pay attention to that, okay? God be the glory. I'm glad I'm able to get through tonight and, be live with you guys. So now we're going to get into the extent of the search depends on the reason for needing the title search. The research may only cover the past few years, but in some cases, these searches may go back to the original land grant by the government. And this is very important. If you have a structure that's been up since 1650, and you only got research that go back to 1700s. You want to go back a little bit further. Now it's not that far, but you know what I'm saying. If you have a property bond made in 1994 and you only was able to go back to 2000, you want to go back a little bit further so you can find as much information as possible about that particular property, so you don't put yourself in a situation where someone else is coming to put their hands on the property, meaning that they want to get the property back, something fraudulent happen, anything. Because if you don't see those documents, and you know, that means that basically you have open door. Okay. So now, and title companies are not going to ensure that. So let's get into title insurance costs. This is another article that I came across, and it's going to be brought to you by Bankrate. Okay, I have no affiliation with Bankrate. All I do is share information for information and educational purposes only. If I find that it is credible, this is what I share with you. Again, shout out to Rumble and Big True. Please, y'all, if y'all see me talking and y'all don't hear nothing, just put in the comments that I'm mute. I mean, I know a lot of people come to my channel just for the information, and they may not want to interact. But if you want a good show, please interact and leave a comment. Say, hey, this is what's going on. Because I'm noticing a lot of people coming to the channel, especially on Rumble, but you're not really interacting. I know it's a different geographic. I am a Black woman. But if you go come here, interact with me. This is a platform for everybody, okay? So I have to put that out there. Work with me, guys, okay? I'm putting a lot of information, and this information is for everyone to be successful. So if you want the lives to be successful, talk to me, okay? I'm a different type of person. I'm my own person. You're your own person. But if we can all meet on one level, and have that goal of getting assets, securing property, that's all we need to meet. So I just want to say that to individuals, because I'm seeing a lot of watchers, but I want you guys to interact. Okay. I know y'all still trying to gauge me, the information, but interact, because once I don't see interaction, I start to change my marketing plan. I'm just going to be honest. We're getting members coming in, things like that. I love it. But as I say, when things are slow and I'm not seeing that people are interacting, I change my marketing plan. So I have a new marketing plan right now, and I am incorporating Rumbo in it. And also I have a page on Big Chew and a few other locations that I just want to get this information out, because no matter what people think, they think they're in a good situation. I pretty much know that they're not. Financially, we cannot be in a situation where we have no assets. We cannot be in a situation where we own nothing. If you're comfortable with that, you're going to see what type of society is going to be made. But people that loves to be self-sufficient, understand what's happening, getting ready for the big reset, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to have assets to fall on. We're going to have some type of assets. We may not know how much it's going to be worth because of all the price changes, but we're going to have assets. So this is the reason why we're actually sharing this information, because I really want people to have some foot, because over the last 4 to 5 years, we have lost foot in our real estate market. We have corporate entities own real estate, not the regular people. This is why we have inflation. So now let's just get to our last article. I had to get serious with you guys because I really appreciate your support as far as I'm seeing the numbers, but I would really like interaction. I want to answer questions. I don't mind. It could be the smartest question, the dumbest question. If I don't know, I will refer you to some resources or defer the question until I can help you later. That's just the way it is. Or I'll refer you to the course where you can get comprehensive. So now let's talk about the title insurance, and we're not going to go into lender policies versus owner titles. That's some of the things we talked about, but we're going to leave these articles for you so you can go down there and actually look. This is where we're going to finish off, okay? How much does title insurance actually cost? Now, this is for information and educational purposes. It varies in different states, different regions. This is what is on this particular bankrate.com. No affiliations, but I like the information they share. The cost of a title insurance depends on several factors, including what type of buying, the value of the house, and the location. For the lender title insurance, be prepared to pay somewhere between 0.5 and 1%. This is what we put in the PowerPoint. You see? Okay, and I don't even know. I'm just you know what this is where you cross-reference information. Okay, if it sounds like, oh, okay, it's the second time I'm hearing that. So just from another resource. Okay, 0.5 to 1% of your home's purchase price. So if you purchase your home for a national median rate of $359,000, you will spend somewhere between 1,795 to $3,590 on lender insurance based on $350,000 home value. As the buyer, you are responsible, the buyer, not the seller. So you see how with me, I was explaining to you how I was really trying to protect my buyer, but that was actually his job to do that. But I did it because I knew, he was just a lot of factors. He's a good guy. As a buyer, you're responsible for the cost. For that cost, it will generally get wrapped into your closing costs. The price of the owner's price can range from, according to First America, one of the country's largest title company, home buyers should budget around $250 for every $100,000 of the home purchase value. Okay. Now, when you get a tax lien tax deed, land, I never saw land worth $100,000, so you wouldn't be having to pay that much. Okay, just on land, but based on home and how much you sold it, that would be how much the title insurance would be. As a home buyer, you may be able to negotiate the cost with the seller. In some cases, buyers and sellers split the cost of the title fees, including owner title insurance. This is some of the things that I've been negotiating just to make sure everybody's happy. I want to continue to do business. You want to continue to do business with people who are buying from you. Some state regulate title insurance costs with legally set rates that apply to the entire state. So you want to know the state rates before you go look at title companies, because you don't want to just get an outrageous price. You want to know in those locations the title insurance costs you get quoted will be the same from any title company, but you can still shop around for the best service for your needs. In states where the title insurance cost isn't regulated, you may get multiple quotes to find the best one. Maryland is not regulated, so I was getting so many different quotes when I was looking for title insurance. I was like, wow, y'all just saying anything. No, I'm just playing. Title insurance can give both you and your lender a big hinge of protection around the legal rights of your home or property. The cost can vary depending on the state you're in, your home purchase price. Some states have legal regulated prices, as we talked about, but in others, you can compare and contrast and shop around for title insurance. So again, this article was brought to you by Bankrate. We're going to leave this in the description for you guys so you can read this article and get more information in related to title insurance. Now, I want to say thank you so much for being here with Lashley today. I do apologize for the mute of the mic. That was on me, but I do need your help sometimes, because once I get in, y'all know I just start talking. I want to make sure that y'all are engaged and y'all able to get as much information as possible through our streams. I want the hour that I spent with you guys to be as valuable as possible. The 2 hours that I spent with you guys throughout the week, an hour on Monday and an hour on Friday. So with that goes to say, we're going to close off tonight. I want to say I love you guys. I appreciate you. And we'll be back on Friday. I'm not sure specifically what we're talking about on Friday, but we'll be back on Friday with a great video for you guys. And till then, enjoy your holiday, enjoy your family, and we will see you on Friday. I guess, hold up, Friday. I got to start singing because all my banners are not on my thing. Friday. Love you guys. Have a blessed one.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerbuyback.org and sign up today for course access.